Good morning, one and all present over here. I am Samita Sengupta, representing Business Economics Department of K.A. Shah Degree College. Today, I am going to speak about agricultural marketing. Now, this agricultural activity is regarded as one of the important features of the Indian economy. And in fact, we can say it is one of the backbone of the Indian economy up to 1995, or we can say up to 2000. Before that, the entire Indian economy was entirely dependent upon agriculture. And after that, from 2000 onwards, the problem started in the, you can say, the agricultural sector, because now also the contribution from the agricultural sector towards the GDP is less. The farmers on an average are facing various kinds of difficulties and the abnormality, for example, non-availability of the monsoon, or there may be too much availability of the monsoon, absence of irrigation facility, absence of electrification, non-availability of the funds in the hands of the farmers. They do not have the money even to buy the seeds and fertilizers. On top of that, they're ignorant, illiterate, so they do not know how to use the technology. So up to the year 2000, there was sectoral contribution from the agricultural sector and also from the Indian farmers. But after that, due to various kinds of environmental pollution, non-availability of rain, for example, untimely rain, for example, a financial problem among the farmers, for example, resulting into very less contribution from the agricultural sector to the country's national income. So we are having some kinds of problems. So if you want to really analyze the problems in details of the agricultural marketing and also agricultural sector, then the first problem that we can talk about, that after producing the commodity, where the commodity has to be storage, where the commodity has to be stored, that is a great difficulty always faced by our Indian farmers. Many of the whatever commodities are produced, for example, various agricultural commodities are getting totally destroyed because of the non-availability of the storage facility. So after producing agricultural commodity, here it is not only the intention of the farmers to produce agricultural commodity, but at the same time, in order to sell those commodities in the market, they need to enjoy the storage facility whereby all categories of the agricultural commodities can be stored. So storage facility has to be provided to all agricultural farmers, because after cutting down the cultivable crops, they must be able to store all those commodities in a proper manner so that quality should not reduce or quality should not decline. Then distress sells. Now here in this point we can say, if the quality of the commodity is good, then the Indian farmers are selling this commodity in the hands of the middlemen. That is creating another trouble. So as a result, the middlemen is exploiting the Indian farmers by giving a very small amount of money, and this small amount of money, when they take in their hands, they are unable to maintain even the minimum subsistence standard of living. So here, the improvement of the sale of the agricultural commodities has to be maintained directly from the agricultural farmers in the hands of the private companies, or maybe in the hands of the direct agricultural market, where directly they must be able to sell the commodity in order to earn a little bit more amount of money. Then the third problem that agricultural marketing is facing, lack of transportation. Specifically, I can relate this point with the rural economy, where in the rural area, there is proper absence of transportation facility, there proper absence of any kinds of the transportation, where after cutting down the commodity, they will be able to make the commodity available to the consumer in the market area. So this transportation facility has to be improved in the proper and apprehended manner, so that going and coming by the Indian farmers from the marketplace to the cultivable lands has to be made very easily available. Then unfavorable mandis, obviously. Basically, mandis are totally regulated by the middlemen who torture the Indian farmers. They take away their product at a very small level of the price, which is incapable. And as a result, the agricultural farmers are unable to maintain any sorts of proper minimum standard of the living. So this unfavorable mandis condition has to be made very productive, very authentic, very conducive, so that it should be able to create some sort of helping hand in order to create more and more selling of the agricultural commodity directly in the hands of the consumers, or maybe directly in the hands of the users. Then another point also I can focus, intermediaries or the middlemen, they are creating a very huge problem, a very intense problem, whereby the exploitation are taking place in between the Indian farmers, and which is creating a troublesome situation in their day-to-day activity and also day-to-day maintenance of the lifestyle. Then lack of grading. Now, grading means improvement of the quality of the commodity, and that can be maintained with the proper implementation of the qualitative seeds and the fertilizers, proper implementation of the technical know-how, proper implementation of the technology. But when we analyze our Indian farmers, there we can observe that the Indian farmers are lacking knowledge to use the, or to implement the technical know-how. So to some extent, we can say like this, that they're unable to improve the quality of the commodity, resulting into lack of grading of all categories of the agricultural commodity. And as a result, many of the farmers are unable to sell the commodity in the foreign countries market. So grading has to be improved. For that, the agricultural farmers has to be provided proper training facility, proper education facility, so that they can produce a qualitative agricultural commodity. Another important drawbacks of the agricultural marketing, unregulated market, whereby the middlemen are taking the hold of the entire market structure and the market situation and creating exploitation against the Indian farmers. And as a result of that, the Indian farmers are getting a very small amount of money after selling the huge quantity of the commodity in the hands of the middlemen. So the unregulated market has to be converted into a proper regulated market structure, which will facilitate the agricultural farmers to sell the commodity in the best possible manner. Another drawbacks of the agricultural marketing, lack of market information. Lack of transpassing or transformation of the knowledge in between the farmers, in between the middlemen, in between the consumers, and also in between the sellers. And as a result, it is creating confusion, not only in the minds of the consumers, but at the same time, it is also creating confusion in the minds of the agricultural farmers, that what to sell, at what price to sell, how to sell. So the proper transformation of knowledge has to be maintained in between the farmers, along with the middlemen, and also along with the consumers. Cold storage facility is another drawback, which is not there as per the huge growth of population. And therefore, the huge growth of population has increasing demand. And in order to satisfy the growing demands of the growing population, the cold storage facilities are very, very small in numbers in our country. So in this aspect also, proper focus and attention has to be paid by the government to create these kinds of facility. The last drawbacks of the agricultural marketing, lack of credit facility. It is a intense and it is a very, very, we can say a very crucial drawbacks, because unless and until the funds or the money is available in the hands of the farmers, nothing can be done. Even some of the market regulators who may be some authentic in nature, or they are ready to improve the market structure, for them also the money has to be available in their hands. Then only they can take some proper measures in order to improve the market structure, in order to improve the market condition. And also, lack of credit facility is creating the problem for the agricultural farmers. And if the funds is not available in their hands, then they will be unable to buy improved quality of the seeds and fertilizers, thereby affecting directly or indirectly the quality of the agricultural commodity. So if we want to improve the agricultural status of our country, of our agricultural farmers, then agricultural marketing in India has to be improved a lot.